In the early years of our lives, the word was truly an oyster. The word permission was not even in our vocabulary. And as little kids, we were filled and lit with curiosity and desire. Anything that we wanted and any ideas that came upon our mind, we act upon them quickly without even asking for any permission to the world around us. Anything that we wanted, even at times where it could be even dangerous to us or the, the world around us, we touched it, we done it. The fire looked interesting, we touched it, and we hurt ourselves in the process, and we learned. The sand, the beach sand, looked tasty. We touched it, we ate it, without even asking anyone, because we were truly just curious as kids. But as we grew older, we learned that curiosity or desire were both not enough to act upon ideas. That you have to ask before doing. Ask first before making something happen. That closed mouth don't get fed, but you also shouldn't open too quickly. In the process, we also learning a lot about timing. That things have to come next. That the things that you want now have to come the next time, the next second, the next minute, the next hour, the next day, the next week, month, and even years. And that changed our programming. That changed the way we think, the way we think about ideas, the way we think about things that we want to act on, the things that we're passionate about. And as in the process, we lost our agency. We lost our sense of agency. And in this video, I really want to touch upon that, how we lost our sense of agency in the process and let the world around us happen to us instead of us happening to the world, and how we can truly reclaim that back and have power and agency over our lives. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier in this video, the word permission has trapped us. It trapped us into thinking that we need to ask first before acting on any ideas, before making a decision or making a step forward to something. And I think the word permission has always been relevant throughout history. You can go back into maybe feudal times, and a peasant had to ask permission to do anything, to leave their land. They had to ask the Lord for that. Or even a black man in the 1400s, or even centuries later. They had to go through process of asking permission before doing anything. So maybe then permission was necessary because there were gatekeepers, there were people, there were barriers to entry, barriers to be educated, barriers to do anything. Maybe then permission was necessary. Even writers, not too long ago, not too many years ago, writers had to send multiple manuscripts, multiple emails to the publishing gatekeepers in order to have the book, to have a chance at even being published. Or musicians, they had to send a ton of emails and reach to the music labels just to have a chance at the song being heard. But we live in a different world now. The world has changed, and it has changed conveniently for us. We're in a total different landscape now. Things that were out of reach for us are now close to us, are now in our pockets, are now close to range. We're closer to anything. than anyone before. Now you can publish your own book. You can write, publish in your own book. You can do anything. You can make a music, record a music, publish it on any music platform, and you can have an audience for that. Everything is already made for you. The big machine is working for you. So things have become much easier. And if you're watching this video, you have every access to a lot of things. The world has changed, and it's changed better for us. Permission used to be a thing, but now you don't need permission. You can do anything. So another major trap we fall into as we try to ask for permission is this lie of we need to be more qualified. We're not qualified enough. We need to do more. We need to do things. We need to get more qualification before we do certain things. Things like I was speaking with a friend, at one point, he was doing photography, and he told me, I'm going to school for photography. And basically what he told me was, I'm waiting for someone to hand me something before I become a photographer, which is he's already a photographer. He's already doing it. So why would he need to be given a degree to become a photographer? It's something that he's already doing. Like he can call himself a photographer. So we don't need more qualification to be qualified to do the things that we're already doing, right? So when do you become that person that you wish to be? Let's say you want to be a writer, right? When do you call yourself a writer? Is it when you go to school to become a writer, and you have your bachelor degree as creative writing, and you go on into for a journal place or whatever you want to work on after college? When do you truly become that person? Is it when you write your first essay or article? When do you become the person you call yourself to be? Let's say you're a musician. Do you consider yourself a musician? When do you call yourself a musician? Do you need the world to give you that title? Do you need the world to hand you that permission of becoming a musician? That's truly where we fall short, because we give ourselves this step that we need to step into before we call ourselves the things that we desire to do. Like we need more qualification, more outside validation to become the person we wish to be. This kind of makes me think about the old classic story of Mozart, and maybe some of you guys may be familiar with that. But one day, a young man asked him how to write a symphony, and he replied to the young man, "You're not ready to write a symphony because you're too young." And the young man was astonished by that response, and because he knew very well that Mozart started writing symphonies since he was like 12 or 11, and he said exactly that. He responded to Mozart, "Sir, like you were writing symphony when you were 12 years of age. How come can I not write? And I'm 21." The young man was 21, and Mozart cleverly responded. He said this to the young man: when I was 21, when I was 12, I wasn't walking around asking people how to write a symphony. I just wrote symphony. So this tells you that high agency people, they don't walk around asking people how to do things. They just do it. They learn in the process to become better. That's a lesson for all of us. We just need to start doing things, act on ideas, and later we can look back and pick something up from what we have started already. Now we have something that we can land on, something that we can learn from. And had the young man, if the young man like done the work for himself or asked before asking Mozart that question, had he just like done the work by himself and wrote a symphony and whatever, as bad as he could be, if he asked the question how to be better, that would be a much better question because now we have something to improve on. But without doing anything, you have zero ground and zero anything to work on. So do the thing first, do the work first, and then ask for advice. Don't wait for qualification or anything. If you want to be a photographer, go take pictures and then ask how to improve. Don't ask people how to improve when you don't even have a camera. So be smart. If you want to be a musician, make music. So now you have a ground level of what we can, you have a piece of art and how we can, that piece of art we can judge, we can assess, we can learn from, we can improve on. But without any piece of work, we cannot say anything. So stop asking yourself for more qualification. Just become the thing that you want to become. Just become the person you wish to be. So, too many of us, myself included, uh, we fall into this big trap, the trap of the experience trap, which is the idea that we need more experience to do something, to do a job, to do a task, to make a decision. It may not apply to all of you guys, but it certainly does apply for me. I was a guy that always needed permission, or at least felt like I needed more experience to be permitted by the world that I should do something, I should make a decision, I should act upon an idea. I always told myself more, tomorrow I'll be older, I'll be this, I'll be more experienced, I have more time. I always said more time, more experience every time. And that's certainly not true. Um, Most of the time, you don't need that. You don't need more experience. Maybe for a job in the corporate world when you need 5 years of experience of a position. That's fine, that's true. But in terms of our own lives, the things that we can make decision, we certainly don't need permission from the world or an experience or time to allow us to do the things that we wish to do. In most cases, the things that we actually need is momentum. We just need to act upon those ideas and move forward with it, and then we can feel what we need to do. That confusion quickly fades away once we have that momentum. And certainly don't stop yourself to think that the people who have already done the thing that you think of doing should stop you from doing them. Don't let the fact that the people have done those things, the ideas that you have in mind, it may sound original, but don't let the fact that other people have done it stop you from doing it. Don't let that prevent you from acting upon those ideas or those decisions. Because the world around us has been built by people like you and me. And I like this quote from from Steve Jobs um, in an interview actually that I watched, and he was talking about the world that was built around us. He had a realization that everything around us was built by people, no smarter than you, me and you. People with curiosity, with passion, with desire, just desires that we had as kids. Did not ask anyone for permission. They just act upon those things, these gadgets, laptops, you know, everything, watches, everything that's around us. Those people were playing with it, and they find something interesting in the process, and world around us. And that's a realization that we all have to have, that we can poke something, we can do something in this life, and it can transform. This world can transform by our doing. We can transform this world by doing something. And I want to finish by saying this. Um, to change the little corner of your world, the little corner of this world, you you don't need to be advised to do it. You know, like if you're really truly driven and passionate about something, it wouldn't matter that I had to tell you what and what not to do. It would not matter because you could not tolerate the world not having that thing, not having that art that you have in place, not having the idea that you have in mind, or the skills that you have in place. You will not tolerate a world where those things does not exist. Those things do not exist in this world. You will not tolerate that because it truly matters to you. You will not wait for permission. So why are you waiting for permission if that truly matters to you? You know? I'll leave you at that. Think about it. You don't really need that permission. You just need to do something and have momentum. Because again, if it matters to you, you wouldn't wait. Why would you wait? So for all my overanalyzer, my overthinkers, procrastinators who are waiting for this world to let them know what to do next, please do you and me a favor. Do this world a favor. Do this world a favor to just act on those ideas, to make something happen in this world, to poke this world and have something transformed. Please, for the sake of this world, it needs you. Thank you for watching. Be great.